Welcome to another video from East Beds Bushcraft, the home of #survival.
Greetings bushcrafters and survivalists, it's Buzz here, back with yet another noodle review. We are really cracking on with these, and I am doing a noodle review on this second packet that my good friend and fellow bushcrafter and survivalist and prepper Chaz gave to me. And I wouldn't normally do two in a row. When somebody sends one in, I like to mix them up, but these ones really have caught my attention. Now, it's from a multi-pack, and he sent me a photograph of the multi-pack because he's given me one of the packets out of the multi-pack, and the packet itself is clear and doesn't have instructions on it. But these are by a company called KUAN, and they are broad noodle sesame flavour. Okay. Now, I'm going to just dive through these photos because I need the cooking instructions because they weren't completely clear. Okay, so it just says add 90 degrees centigrade water to the noodles. Put the noodles and vegetables, so dry vegetables, put the noodles and vegetables in a bowl, add boiling water to 90 degrees to cover the noodles. But then it says drain after 5 minutes, which is a bit odd because you've already put the vegetables in, which means when you're draining it you're going to lose some of that. So what I've done, because it doesn't actually give you a quantity of water, I've gone for about 400 millilitres, which should cover the noodles, but within mind to not draining them. Okay, because in camp I just find that a waste because it's a hot drink, you know. And then after we've done them for so you've got to put them in the boiling water. Don't keep boiling it, just keep them in the hot water for 5 minutes. Okay, so that's different. So we're basically going to be boiling the water, sticking the noodles in, turning the heat off, and just leaving them there for 5 minutes, with obviously adding the vegetables. And then it says put in all the sauces, mix well and enjoy. Right, okay, so water is on. Let's go to a timer, and I want a timer. Get rid of that one. Let's go for 5 newtons. Okay, well, let's see what we've got in the pack while we're waiting for the water to boil. As I say, these are very interesting. So they came in a pack which was basically £5.99, let's call it £6. So each pack, I believe there were 5 in there, so we're talking what, £1.20. Right, so we have a sauce packet. These are meant to be sesame flavour. That's got a picture of vegetables on it, so I'm assuming that's the vegetables. And this one, some other dried things. So these two are going to go in after 5 minutes, the vegetables and the noodles. So let's take a look at the noodles. These are wide noodles. Can you see how the width of these? I mean, they're huge. Yeah, it's crazy. Let's open those up. They're like ribbons. Okay, so our water is on the boil. Oop, let's get these noodles in there. And I'll just get all over the place. Alright, calm down. There we go, there's the main bulk. There's all the bits. Okay. Right. Spork, let's get that in there. So it's got the water has got to cover the noodles. This is also got to add the vegetables. Ooh, well, they're quite chunky vegetables. You see them going in. They are quite colourful, I must say. Right, so we got to basically leave them in there for 5 minutes. Let's go. 5 minutes. Off we go. Right. So packaging, it's a multi-pack. This is going to add up to not a lot. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's forward wind and see where we are in 5 minutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The wise old noodle owl. I see this. He said oodle now. No, noodle owl has spoken. Right, now these are testing me, these noodles. Let's take them off. Okay, so you're meant to leave them in the water. Yeah, look at these vegetables. There's some good bits of vegetables in this. They haven't really soaked up much of the water, so I'm wondering. I'm meant to be trying and doing these. I'm meant to be doing these as near to the manufacturer's recommendation as possible while at camp. I don't know. But their water looks quite starchy. Do you know what? Let's get my Crusader cup. Ooh. Some biscuits out of a British Army ration pack. There you go. Save them for later. Right, let's take some of this out of here. Don't want to lose the vegetables though. This is fun. In the meantime, while I'm doing this, I've got to say, the last couple of days, at long last, the weather's cheered up. I actually managed to get out into the orchard yesterday and take down an old apple tree. Very old apple tree, probably over 100 years old. Very sad to actually have to cut it down, but it was rotten. Most of it was hollow. But the thing is, it was going to fall down, and I needed to take it down before it fell down because I need to put a new outbuilding in. And what I didn't want is the birds nesting in it. Thankfully I checked it out, made sure the birds weren't nesting in it. Alright, that's water poured off. Right, and so yeah, I managed to get the apple tree down yesterday at long last, which means that I'll be able to log that up, and that'll make some nice firewood for next year. Right, what should we put in? The dried ingredients. I suppose having boiled the water and leaving it for 5 minutes, it gets to cool down a bit. Oh, that's silly. That's got more dried, dehydrated ingredients in it. Do you think I should have put two lots in there while it was steeping? I don't know. But then again, it did say add the other packet spices afterwards, so we shall see. Right, this must be the sesame seed one, and that is very saucy. Right. Okay, let's try and do that. Don't want to splurge that everywhere. In you go. Very reminiscent colour to tikka masala curry, that one. That's the messy bit in the packet. Right. Ooh. There we go. Seal it in because I don't want any mess coming out in my backpack or whatever when I'm at camp. Right, we have contained the tikka masala mess. Right, let's mix this up with these broad noodles. Well, I can certainly smell the sesame seed. This is an awful lot of faffing around, this is. And even Chaz will say, bless him, he's like me. Normally when we get a packet of noodles, you know, boil the water, stick the noodles in, go off round camp doing a few things, you know, and then come back, and by that time the noodles have swollen up, taken in the water. We're very lazy when it comes to it normally, but there you go. Anyway, right, so these particular noodles, broad noodles, sesame seed flavour, £1.20, multi-pack from, yet again, TK Maxx, I believe. What are they going to be like? Let's see about these noodles. Okay, so these are very, yeah, these are an odd one. I don't know if Toby wanted to smash these up, he'll just end up with lots of little squares. Right, okay, this is very strange. Okay, well, they're kind of, there we go. Right, okay, let's have a, definitely sesame seed. Okay, right, let's have a quick jump into the future. Well, they were novel. My cup is absolutely plastered inside, so having saved this water that I rinsed off, I'm going to put that in there to help rinse my cup out, which I shall do in a minute. Anyway, as I say, they were novel. I have never had anything. Oh, well, there's a bit that was stuck in my tooth to show out. I've never had noodles that were virtually an inch wide before. Made them a little bit hard to eat in a way, because they just wanted to come out in big sort of gelatinous lumps. Flavour, yeah, you can smell the sesame, but it actually tasted, might just be me, kind of tasted like a peanut butter flavour. It's kind of an odd between sort of sesame and the peanut butter. I did chew on a nice big bit of dehydrated vegetable that had sprung to life. Looked like a bit of leek or something. The flavour's not knocking my head off. Yeah, the novelty of the noodles, I can't escape that. Broad noodles. Don't like how messy my cup is now, because I'm going to have to go and seriously wash it up instead of just giving it a quick rinse and throwing the water out, and there you go. Packaging fine, price £1.20. If you want, I would say I'd be interested in trying these broad noodles out again if they made them with a different flavour. That flavour was not unpleasant. I like peanut butter. I like sesame. Didn't knock the socks off. I would say they're a mid-range noodle. It's a novelty. It's a bit of fun. Price £1.20. Not the cheapest, not the most expensive. Multi-pack. There you go. Let's face it, if you're going to buy a multi-pack, I hope you're going to like them, because you're going to have to eat a lot of them. I'm going to give them an average of 5. 5 isn't bad. 5 is good. 5 means it's a pleasant, everyday noodle. Nothing really knocks it out of the park. I think I might have given it 6 because of the novelty of the fact that it was broad noodles, but then I didn't like the way they clumped up, and actually found it more awkward to eat, less enjoyable to eat than normal noodles. So there you go. I'm giving these ones a solid 5. Well, thanks for tuning in, and I shall look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video and subscribe to the East Beds Bushcraft channel. See you all again soon.